Hey guys, it's mblohr here, and welcome back to another episode of the Magiclicas Writers Room here on the mblohr channel. So today, this will be the episode of fan theories. We're going to be looking at all your theories from episodes, from Twitter, so let's get right to it. So first off, we'll be looking at the Magiclicas episode 14, which came out 2 weeks ago. Right? I think so. So while we were on this hiatus, 2 episodes came out. Now we're going to be looking at episode 14 comments and seeing what kind of theories you guys have about episode 14. First one, I think Lulu is being controlled by Ichiro. Yeah, Lulu's definitely having some issues. Something's going on with Lulu. This could be a very good possibility. Maybe Lulu's being controlled by Ichiro for whatever reason, for his own reasons. Don't really know what that would be, but very interesting theory, and I think, we'll just have to wait for more episodes to come out to find out if that's really the case. This person started with a theory in episode 14. I have a new theory, he says. Chase's brother is the hooded person, or at least a supporter, so I guess he's supporting the hooded person. I don't really know. Then he goes on in episode 15 to say, okay, this came to me last night. Maybe Ichiro, that is how you spell it, by the way, and the one teacher, forgot his name, are brothers. So I'm guessing the one teacher is Mr. Foley, because, male teacher, and that's the only male teacher we've really been introduced to. And Casey is working with them. I mean, the teacher dude seems like a shady person, and so does Casey. Plus, with Casey eavesdropping. You mean like this? Oh, dude, we about to drop. Yeah. I think you mean eavesdropping. Plus, with Casey eavesdropping last episode, I mean. If Casey and Chase hate each other, basically then there could be more to why he came to Everston. Oh, okay. Maybe the teacher was the one who did the first attacks, and then Casey came and did the last one. I don't think Ichiro has a lot to do with this, so he's definitely not the hooded figure. I mean, they were in the same room at the same time. I think Casey was the hooded person because he appeared at the same time as the hooded person did. Actually true. The same episode that the hooded person appears to Ichiro is the same episode as Casey comes into the school and takes a tour and stuff. But the other part of that is the hooded figure was at the Sparrow hideout, and Casey was, as I said, doing the tour. So, maybe not. Very possible. It could just be that, the time is off, the timing is off. It's just off to where he can kind of slip away during the tour, maybe. Definitely a cool theory. And Ichiro and Mr. Foley working together. That is interesting. And that they're brothers. There were theories, there were multiple theories that, they look alike. They're brothers. Weird. I like it, though. It's very interesting. And yes, he does seem a little shady. And Melissa's, investigating him and stuff, and we haven't really gotten any solid answers on anything. So that's kind of still up in the air. Very interesting theory. I'm not setting heat. It's pretty great. Next theory. I think Kage has some possession issues. Apart from, I think this is multiple theories roll into one. Apart from Damane Skuro, are there any forms of spirits and ghosts and stuff in the series? Actually, wait. That raises a question. Do Damane Skuro have the ability to talk to whoever they possess? Do they have a mind of their own? Maybe they actually once were people themselves. That's a theory. That is a theory. Could also be Ichiro like Dewspoon theorizes, or believes in the comments, which would make sense by some of the lines Lulu said. This series always takes you for a loop. It's great. Wow, crazy. I do like the Damane Skuro thing. Are they, living, do they, are they sentient, or just kind of some scary, mindless monster creature thing? Very cool. I like that theory. And I don't think there's been anything to kind of to kind of like disprove that. Definitely kind of reminds you of like Dementors from Harry Potter, and you know, like when they attack you, it's kind of like a sound thing. Like they kind of like overwhelm you, and all you can hear is like voices in your head. So it could be those, it could be voices of those previous people. Don't know. Very cool theory. Thank you for leaving that. Finally, last theory on episode 14. I think that the principal might have something to do with the victims. Interesting. Now, we do see that the principal is very anxious, very worried about all this, because it does look bad for her. Other side of that is it might be anxiety coming from, like, oh, they might find out that it's me. They might know that I'm guilty, kind of thing. So, definitely could be a possibility. You kind of have to think about, like, motive. Like, why would the principal want to randomly attack these students and one of her employees? What is the purpose of this? And you know, it's just kind of like, why would the principal do that? Episode 15. So first comment says, Ichiro might be Mr. Foley. Anyone? I don't know, maybe, because they both look kind of similar. So, like I said before, they were in the same room at the same time when the Sparrow attacked the school. They're in the Whitestone room or whatever. You kind of have to remember that Mr. Foley, Miss Canaday, and the principal walked in the room with Ichiro on the other side of the room. So unless one of them can make copies of themselves somehow, probably not likely. Now you could argue that, like, oh, Mr. Foley has teleportation. He can teleport back and forth so fast you can't... That'd be very extremely hard to do. I don't know if it's possible in the world of Magiclicas, but it very well could be. I'm not sure what the science behind that would be, like how fast can you teleport between places. An interesting theory, for sure. Next theory. Okay, so I am really wondering why that girl hates Kylie so much. And the police have literally no proof, and I actually think that the person doing this could be Mr. Foley, or he is just helping. So many people are being like, oh, yo, it's Mr. Foley. He's shady. He's getting in there. He's gonna do evil things. That's one theory. So why that girl hates Kylie so much? I assume you're talking about Ebony. And we've kind of already touched on this. It's because she's a cipher, and Ebony's like, we don't socialize with ciphers, we're above them. They're supposed to be working for us, doing things for us. So that's her whole attitude. However, you could argue maybe there's some backstory there. You know, why she hates Kylie specifically, or maybe why she hates ciphers specifically. Who knows? Oh, it is also interesting that the police have literally no proof, going off this one person's word, and arrested Kylie off of her word. No proof. I think the only evidence they had against her was that Kylie was trying to, you know, talk to Scarlet or whatever, and was kicked out of the room by Ebony. That's all they have. They have motive. That's all they, like a little tidbit of motive. There could be something there, you know, maybe the police were put up to it by someone. Maybe they just want to arrest someone as a scapegoat. Maybe they know who did it and they're trying to blame it on someone else. Who knows? All interesting angles. I guess we'll have to see what happens in future episodes. Letting your power out is like you're constipated and you need to let it all out. That comment made me laugh. Yeah, that was a very fun quote to put in there. Edit 2 is the most interesting part of this, I think. Edit 2, OMG, I think I know who put her to sleep. Look how after the principal leaves, she just stands there and suspiciously looks. So I'm guessing you're talking about Miss Canaday. So if I'm just going to show off this part here. This scene right here. She's talking about this scene right here. And the principal leaves. Miss Kennedy just kind of stares at Scarlet. So that is interesting. And it's cool that she noticed that. Definitely a very interesting part of the episode when it kind of jumps into the intro. Very possible that she could be the person who is doing all the things. She doesn't seem like such a mean person, you know? She seems to be kind of the principal's like right-hand woman. So, you know, it could be if all of this stuff falls on the principal and the principal gets in trouble for it, she gets upgraded. Of course, like, the thing that would disprove that is that, you know, she's a really nice teacher. She doesn't seem like she wants to hurt anyone. She's mainly wanted to help Melissa and all of those people, so why she would try and, like, mess her up by, you know, joining with the Sparrows and working with them. Don't see how that would help Melissa in any way. So I don't know. So now we're gonna move on to the theories from Twitter. So first up from @CrazyChickenSam, my theory: the ships everyone loves will get together, which doesn't make sense because Chaylissa and Chibi don't really work together. And a giant chicken will take over the world in a crazy plot twist. Random but dumb Theroy. Yeah, you know, I can see that happening. Really wish that would happen. That would be an amazing end to the series. It's a giant chicken just rampaging through Everson. Absolutely. From @BlazingAnimator, looking back at a previous episode and hearing Kai say something about wiping memory, plus having the aura powers, I think Kai is the rogue figure. Interesting, he probably would have the ability to do that. Either that or Michael is the rogue figure. Boy, why are you gonna be like that? Why are you gonna attack me like that? I don't understand. Why are you gonna just... Come on. No, very possible. I don't know why Michael would suddenly do that. Also, the rogue figure does seem to be someone magical. Someone who has magical powers. Unless, like, they're a sparrow or something. They have to have some kind of magic powers because they've been putting people to sleep and, like, you know, making them float in the air while unconscious, like crazy stuff. So I don't think that a Cypher would be able to do that. Again, from @BlazingAnimator, the Ivy and Chase relationship will probably turn into a one-sided thing. I'm guessing the side of Ivy, because she seems to be more into it than Chase does. Also, KC, it's Casey. It's just like CASEY. Boom. Will eventually be forgiven. So forgiven for what exactly? Because you mean like what he did to Chase? Because there's a lot of things that he seems to have done. And I guess you mean by Chase, like forgiven by Chase. Maybe, hopefully, or hopefully not. Casey does not seem to be a very pleasant character, except for the fact that he kind of wants to help Chase with his whole Melissa situation. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? From @WalkerNewton_, that my wig is going to fly to Asia. Duh. When does it not? I'm confused. From @Gabby_Tucker6, I'm gonna go ahead and say that at TMS, the Magiclicas showdown, Quinston comes out and him and Kai get back together. So he's already out to people. Do you mean to his grandparents? Because that's the only like people that he's not out to, I'm pretty sure. Because even the principal knows about him being of the gay. Yeah, no, he's already come out to pretty much everyone except his grandparents. That's the only people that he kind of hides with. Because remember, when he brought Melissa to his house, he kind of faked it in front of his grandparents. But everywhere else, he doesn't care. Him and Kai get back together. That could also be a possibility within the near future. I'm intrigued as to why you say specifically the TMS, because that's something that happens annually. I don't think we mentioned that it's coming up soon. It's just like he's training all the time for it. Like, that's his big thing, right? But he's not I don't think that's upcoming. That's not going to happen soon, I don't think. Maybe. Not really sure about that. Final theory from @MeatyZombini. My theory is that Jax is going to regret becoming a Sparrow and going to fight against them with Kai. Kai definitely does have the right motivations for, like, fighting back against the Sparrow. His relationship got ruined because he's a Sparrow. He doesn't like certain actions that the Sparrows are doing. So, he is a little upset with the Sparrow right now, and specifically with Ichiro. It doesn't seem like Jax is really regretting that he's become a Sparrow at all. That could happen way off in a few episodes or something. But I don't think he regrets it right now. I think he really likes that he has this power, and he wants to explore it for sure. I think the only thing that's going to happen for him to regret something is he might hurt someone, and then he'll feel bad for hurting that person. But that's not a spoiler, by the way. I literally have no idea what's going to happen with Jax. But that could be a possibility for sure. I'm really excited to see where Jack's storyline goes, because we really haven't seen much of him. We've seen that, Melissa's kind of ignored him. We've seen that he's become a Sparrow because he wants to have powers, he wants to be cool. That's it. He's unlocked his powers. We know that his power is basically to copy other people's powers. But really, that's it. We don't know anything else about where Jax is going, what he's going to do with his powers, how he's going to use them. And right now, I think he's being trained. He got trained in the last episode, I think. Yeah, he's starting to get trained a little bit. I guess we will see where Jax ends up and see how that goes. So to end off the episode, we actually have a very special guest to interview. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hooded Figure. So we are here with the Hooded Figure. So, Hooded Figure, have you seen any of the fan theories about you as a character?
I've seen a few, but a lot of them are really out there.
How did you, as the voice actor, react when you found out that you were behind everything that's happening on the Magiclicas?
I was very surprised that the character I normally voice act as was behind it.
So, do you feel like people will be shocked when they find out that it's you?
Oh, people will be very shocked.
Do you think that this reveal will add to the dynamic of your character's interaction with others?
Well, I know there's been little hints dropping and everything about who it is, but unless it's revealed to the characters who I am, the dynamic is going to change that much.
And you, as the Hooded Figure, how far will you go to achieve your goals?
I will stop at nothing until I get the white stone.
Thank you very much, Hooded Figure. So that was the conversation with the Hooded Figure. So, again, toss up your theories about who you think it might be. Is it Mr. Foley? Is it Miss Kennedy? Is it Ichiro / Mr. Foley? Is it Michael? Is it Kai? Who do you think it is? Leave your comments down below, and tweet at me with #Magiclicas Writers Room as to what you think is going on with all of this freaking crazy stuff that's happening in the series. Also, leave your questions, leave your comments, leave your feedback down below. Good God. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you like what you see here, check out the playlist at the end of the video if you want to see more videos like this, and remember to tweet at me #Magiclicas Writers Room for questions, to ask me questions about being a writer / editor / voice actor for the Magiclicas series. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys later.